Hello and welcome to Creative Astro TV. Today we have our special guest, Neil from Headgym. He's going to talk to us about what Headgym is all about and how it can benefit us. Neil, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning. Right, so Neil, tell us, what is Headgym?
Headgym is exactly as the name suggests. It's a gym for the head, whereas the conventional gym is working on different parts of the body. We're working on different parts of the mind and looking at different ways of developing and making progress, making changes, making positive changes. That can be on an individual basis or as an organisation or business or charity.
Okay, right, so how did this come about? I mean, how have you set this up?
Good question. It came about over probably the last 20 years, my own personal interest in personal development, in NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and other forms of personal development. I've studied personal development back through time, I suppose, and back to Andrew Carnegie and Napoleon Hill. So I take on board a lot of different versions of what you would call personal development and personal growth.
Okay, fantastic. So, a part of that, I mean, what else do you do? I mean, what do you do? What's the process?
Okay.
So, say, for example, I need help from you, that's why I approach Headgym. What's the process? How do you...
Yeah, the process is a goals-focused process, right. And again, over many years I've developed a program that has, I believe, taken the best from a lot of different areas and a lot of different people and put it into one package where it's easy to follow, easy to do, step-by-step guide, a step-by-step guide to achieving your goals and getting to where you want to be. And that, not necessarily financial or career goals, but just personal goals. The goals perhaps could be the wrong heading, but it's all very individual. So if you come to me as an individual, then we look at you and we look at what you want, and you will definitely find things about yourself that you didn't already know, and then identify where you want to go and make a little plan of where it is you want to go. Okay,
so this is not really focused on any particular thing, it's any goals that I have. So
yes,
it could be, maybe I'm trying to achieve this, I mean, a certain level in my business.
Yeah.
Again, you could help me, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Some of the clients that I've had, it's been career focused. Some people have wanted to lose weight and have gone on to lose a lot of weight quite successfully. I've had people with addictions and they've managed to overcome those. So it's a whole variety of things, and you know, career and health and you'd say general well-being covers it really.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so I guess one question that I've always wanted to ask is what is the key to personal development?
Okay, for me, the key is belief. I think that if somebody has the belief and they want to change, then they can do it, and that has to be the starting point. Once you've got that, if somebody's sent to me for an appointment and they don't, it's not their choice, it's not their decision, then it's going to be very difficult for me to help them progress. If somebody comes to me because they want to make that change, because they're ready to do something, then we're halfway there already. They've made that choice, that's already in their mind, and we just have to start looking at instilling a belief system. And looking at beliefs, people achieve amazing things if they've got that belief, if they hold that belief firm and true. And we look at needs and belief and perception, and we start with that. Once we've got a plan together, the belief is built into the program as you progress in.
Yeah.
So the belief
I agree with that, because if you really want to do something and you've set your mind to it, like you said, you're halfway there. But if you don't believe that you can get there, then obviously you're not going to go into the whole process wholeheartedly.
That's right. Yeah.
So I can...
and thing with belief as well, it's quite a complicated area to understand, because you're not born with a belief.
Yeah.
You're not born believing something, but the power, the things that people do in the name of belief, in the name of religion and other sorts of beliefs, if you think about what's on the news at the moment, the stuff that people do in the name of their belief is quite shocking at the moment. That's a negative element, but that just goes to show how powerful it is. And that's not something you're born with, that's something that comes over time and through various different ways, through parents, through observation, through experience, and we sort of build that into the step-by-step goals program, so that as you're progressing, that belief starts to grow and grow and grow. But it's a positive belief, and it's a belief in yourself and what you want to achieve.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so can you tell us more about your clients? I mean, who have you worked with, and any progress on that?
Okay, some of the clients that I've worked with over the last few years have been quite challenging, I suppose you'd say. I'm working in the community with some, I suppose you would deem them as vulnerable adults. One particular person that I'm working with at the moment, a very successful gentleman up until 7 years ago. He'd climbed the career path, done very, very well, very good salary, and has what he calls a complete breakdown. Took redundancy, very good payout, very good pension, took redundancy, and his life fell apart. I started to work with him probably 6 months ago. He wasn't going out anywhere, he wasn't engaged with anything in the community. He was taken care of by his family, because they were protecting him, they were looking after him. And he's started to work with me, and already over a very short period of time he's back engaged in the community, he's involved in politics, he's starting to lose weight. He's taken up driving lessons again, so he's really turned things around. And again, I suppose it's a good example of somebody that you have to look at the individual. So I couldn't say, right, this is what I'd do with this person, this is what I'd do with that person. It's got to be individual, tailored to that person. And that's what we've done with this gentleman. We looked at what he actually needed to do, how he was going to do it, set some steps, and he's off on his way and making really good progress. So,
and again, coming back to the question that we asked earlier on, was he willing to go through these?
Yeah, that was the key to his progress, really, and the change. He really wanted to. He was almost in a shell, if you like, ready, trying to break out, and I just facilitated that, really, and helped him point himself in the right direction, gave him some tools to help him overcome some of the things he needed to overcome, and he's doing very, very well at the moment.
Excellent. Do you also have another example that you could give us? Maybe this time, a different situation, maybe.
Yeah, I've got another guy, I suppose. Just trying to think about another example that's a little bit different. Probably a more challenging example was a lady who came to me with a chronic alcohol problem, a lifetime of being in trouble with the police, being in and out of institutions, long-term mental health care, and she came to me, and again she was ready to make changes, but she wasn't ready to vocalise it. She was estranged from her whole family, probably about late 40s, and she'd lost all contact with any of her family, including her children, through the alcohol problem. And She really didn't believe that. She really didn't believe when she came to see me that she could achieve what she wanted to achieve, and to the extent that she refused to write down her goals. Part of the process is writing down your goals, and it's an important part of the process. And she was unwilling to write. She would write down a certain amount, certain goals that she felt safe with, but and she was very reluctant to write down some of the more challenging goals. And that's where I sort of said before, really, I suppose that's where I help instill the belief and understand that person as an individual. So we looked at what it was she wanted to do, we looked at how she wanted to do it, and we set some steps. And 18 months later, she's working for the first time in, I think, 7 or 8 years. And she's working and holding down that job very well. She has her alcohol consumption under control. She hasn't stopped completely, but it's under control, and it was probably the most challenging goal. It was the goal that she didn't want to write down.
That's incredible.
So she's done very, very well. Yeah.
That's incredible. Excellent. Now, as a business owner myself, I would like to know how can Headgym benefit someone, tailoring your services to business?
Okay, in a very similar way, the same process, and again, it's individual. So you'd be looking at your individual business. Okay, and the basic principle of how the system works, and one of the keys to it is the challenging the comfort zone.
Right.
And if you think about the comfort zone as, okay, max comfort zone is a line and it's here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you set yourself, or we agree some steps with the business or in your personal life, it doesn't make any difference. So you set some steps to move that comfort zone, put yourself out of that comfort zone. And if you think about it, once you've achieved something out of your comfort zone, if you think of something from the past that you've done that you didn't want to do, you felt really uncomfortable about doing, and you did it, and it was successful, okay? After that, I bet you 100% you felt fantastic because you'd achieved something you were afraid of, you didn't want to do, okay? And then if you repeated that task, whatever it was, after a while, you became comfortable with it, okay? So then your comfort zone has changed from there, where your comfort zone was previously, and it's now up here. So you set another task, which again is moving your comfort zone. So each time you do it, it becomes comfortable after repetition. You're able to do it, you've succeeded, so then you move on to the next step, and the next step, and the next step. And each time you do it, it's like this is my first video, okay? Once I've done it, I know that I've done it, and I can do it, and I'm okay, and everything the sky didn't fall in, I'm not dead, hopefully. So I know that I can do it. My comfort zone's moved because now I can go and do another video, and another video, and another video. And that's how it works, and that's how it would work with your business. It's how it would work with an individual. That's how it works.
Yeah, because I think that is very important, because some of our audiences, some of our members of our audience want to start their own business, and they want to, achieve great results in their business. But I guess I would, obviously suggest that this will be one of the ways to. Yeah,
definitely. And in the same respect, really, if you look at goals for your business, but also look at goals for yourself. If you're feeling better and you're feeling good about yourself and where you want to be, then it puts you in a much better position to go ahead and take your business to where you want to take your business.
Fantastic. Okay, so do you work with other organisations, or it's just Headgym and it's just...
No, I do work with other organisations, and the more organisations that I can work with, the better. At the moment, I'm partnering with an organisation called Mentoring, which is a charity, and it's run in Redditch, Bromsgrove and Wyre Forest. So it covers quite a large area, and they mentor children in schools. So volunteers going to school, trained volunteers going to schools and mentor young children who may have difficulties with bullying, self-esteem, confidence.
Right, okay.
So I'm partnering with those people at the moment to provide a service for adults. So we're mentoring adults rather than children. And so far the pilot is going very well. We've got 10 adults on the scheme at the moment. It's been running for about 4 months, and all signs are good. We've had referrals from the GPs, from other support agencies, and progress. I'm using the same process, the same system, and progress is good. People are making the positive changes that they want, and having a mentor to talk to is invaluable, and it's proving its worth. We've sort of done away with the concept of short-term intervention, because I'll go out on a limb and I'll say I don't really think short-term intervention works.
Yeah.
If somebody attends a course for 6 weeks, there's a good chance that somewhere down the line they're going to slip again, and they're either going to have to go back to get a referral to go for their 6-week support, whether it's CBT or some sort of therapy or counselling, and then have to go back and repeat it again. So the options out there for short-term intervention is usually 6 to 8 weeks blocks, and then it's over, and there's little support afterwards. And where we saw the gap was in the long term, people that may have had some short-term intervention, but they need the long-term support to keep them in work, to keep them occupied, to keep them healthy. You know, a similar sort of process. We look at all the different aspects and just keep that support going over the long term.
Right. You have a membership on your website.
Yeah.
Can you explain how this membership works and how people can benefit from it?
Yeah, that's the membership option on the website is a monthly payment, and you get 2 coaching sessions per month. You get backup by email, and you get extra information posted out to you. So I'm putting together a lot of tools and ideas for personal development that people can take and use themselves to help them in their steps to progression. So there'll be webinars available as well.
Oh, excellent.
So it's a pretty good package, and obviously as the company grows, there's going to be more and more features available on that as well.
What is PD again? Personal development, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just an abbreviation. Sorry, jargon thing. Hate jargon as well.
Okay, so Neil, what advice would you give someone that wants to take up personal development?
To do something, take action, make that call. Call me. That's the best advice I could say. Call me or drop me an email. But seriously, take action. It's all about cause and effect. Yeah. If you do nothing, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
We know that. If you do the same things will happen.
Yeah.
So if stuff's not working for you, look at what you're doing, take action, do something, make the call, drop on a course, phone me, make a movement, cause and effect, do something will happen.
Yeah.
So something's got to change.
So we've come towards the end of the interviews. Now, is there any tips that you can share with us?
Yeah, this one right now that we're slipping into and you haven't really realised, and it's about the body language. So if you look at the way your hands are and the way that my hands are, we're mirroring each other, and we're mirroring each other because we've built a rapport in the conversation. And one of the tips that I could give you is mirroring. So if you want to create rapport with somebody, start to mirror them, because it will speed up the process of creating that rapport, which we've just done over the last 20 minutes or so.
Actually, that is quite interesting because this was not done intentionally.
No. It's just comfortable, and you know, our legs are crossed. They're crossed differently, but they're crossed, and our hands are crossed, and it's because we're comfortable with each other.
So is this you mirroring me or me mirroring you?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Neil, for the interview. I'm sure our audience is going to benefit from this. For more information about what we discussed in this interview, please go to headgym.co.uk. That's headgym.co.uk for all the information that you need. Thanks very much for watching, and see you in the next episode.